What's up YouTube? I'm just another guy and welcome back to the Welsh Way here with Aberystwyth Town. So here we are now, the end of season review 2026-27. How many years we've been here now? Hey, God knows, I can't even be bothered to count. So, we've won the league yet again. You saw the last game of the season in which we 100%ed the whole year. No draws, no losses, 104 goals scored, 3 goals against, which is our highest ever, second highest ever goal, third highest ever goal tally of the league. 113 one year. Wow, we destroyed it that year. And also, it definitely was our lowest ever goals conceded. Only 3 goals going in all season long, and I think 2 of our 3 keepers conceded in the league out of the 3 that played, but one of them only played 1 game. So really good this year. Completely blitzed it. In the Cups, we did end up going on to get revenge in the Welsh Cup by smashing TNS 4-0. Really good result. For some reason, whenever we play these games, TNS always got the record because this was the highest ever attendance in the Welsh Cup final and probably the highest ever attendance in a Welsh domestic game of nearly 6,000 people. For some reason, TNS get the record for that because their team's drawn first out of the pot. I don't know. But yeah, we won there 4-0, good result, and we won the Welsh Premier League Cup 4-1 a bit earlier on, a few games beforehand. So really did well on the latter stages of the season just to keep that consistency up and play very well. The league itself, how it's grown over this year, the reputation is now up to a 2.5 star league. We are now ranked 29th in Europe for reputation, above League One, above the Danish Superliga, which is really good because that is the top Danish league, above the Swedish Premier League. So we're above a few decently sized leagues now, the Polish top division as well. How far are we off? There we go, there's the Spanish second division, so we're not too far off there. The Swiss top league, I believe that is the Czech top league. Yes, it is. So we're fighting up there now. We're considered a major European team, and if we were to actually put, what have I clicked on the world? I didn't even know you could get the world reputation up. But anyway, if we were to go on if we were to take off all leagues and go on just the top divisions, then we would see that actually in terms of the top divisions, we are, not too far away from, we're actually, we're in the mix with it, really. There are the top guys taking out all the middle ones, so yeah, we're doing very well. Where are we in the world? I don't even know what I clicked on to get the world up. But let me just plop all types back on. I'm gonna have a look where we are in the world because no, I don't want to see the rubbish leagues. I click like there. Oh no, let's go onto the world though. I want to see where we are now in the world because I didn't even know you could do that. Where are we? Wales. There we are. Wow. I wish I could see how many countries there were there, but we are not really low on that either. We're one of the, we must be top 50 in the world. I don't know how many teams there are there. Again, not really willing to count, but doing very, very well on reputation there. Club-wise, our reputation is still nowhere near getting on this list. We'll have a look at that in a second. Coefficient points-wise, though, we're now the top 34 teams in the world. We're 34th. Next year, when we go into the Champions League, we will have 61 Confederation points, coefficient points, sorry. I realised I was looking at this wrong. Because this is for the upcoming season, and then this is for next season if I weren't to gain any points this year. This would be how many points I'd have next year, and then this is the points I gained on the previous season from where I did. So I've got 61 coefficient points, which means really I should be 3rd seeded, hopefully anyway. That would be the aim, to be in the 3rd seed. Where's our next highest one? Where is TNS? A lot of English teams, German, Italian, French. I might have gone past them. Let's put it in order of nation and scroll down to the bottom. So TNS are the 206th best team in the world, in Europe, sorry. Bala are 258, and there are a few others who, I don't think any of these lot have been in Europe. Maybe on one occasion. But apparently they're picking up points, but they don't play in Europe. I don't know. But TNS this year will be qualifying in the third knockout round, I believe they're in now. Because what happened is, I told you last year how we now had a team entering the 3rd stage and a team entering, and 2 teams entering the 2nd stage. of the European competitions, and that's coming into effect this coming season. And now, due to how the nations have jumped in the qualification places, the year after, so next season, we will have 2 teams in the Champions League and 3 additional teams in the Europa League, including 1 team entering the playoffs and 1 team entering in the 3rd qualification phase. So we're having 2 teams in the Champions League next year, not the next coming season, but the year after that. Let me just double check that, because I don't even believe myself after time now. They shouldn't be in the Champions League. No, they're in the Europa League. Okay, so they'll be qualifying in the 3rd round of the Europa League. So we were like here last year. So basically, TNS will be entering at this stage. We'll have 2 teams, which are, I believe, Bala and Bangor. I believe they're Bangor as well. Will be entering the 2nd phase. And the year after, the top 2 teams should be entering the Champions League. So we should have us entering the 3rd qualification phase. TNS entering. Well, actually, us entering the 3rd qualification phase in the Champions. TNS entering the best place 3rd qualification phase. They should get knocked out, then go into the Europa League playoffs with another team, which will probably be Bala, and then 2 other teams, which may be Bangor and maybe, I don't know, Port Talbot, another team like that. So we're going to be raking in the money next year, hopefully, with all these teams entering Europe. It does put a lot of pressure on that we have to maintain our form in Europe, because we don't want to be dropping back down there. We want to be entering in later stages. You know, we're not too far off now. In fact, we're only 2 positions or rankings off of being a group stage entry team. So it's going to be interesting times ahead now. It's going to be very, very interesting times. So what should we look at now? Let's look at how our club's done in terms of ranking. So we'll go on Wales and do this. So our reputation, I believe, is still 2.5. It is. It's still 2.5 stars, with TNS and Bala at 2 stars, and Bangor and Port Talbot, and Airbus at 2.5 stars. Bangor's still not up there. I thought they would have grown in reputation. Financial-wise, we are 12.75 million of an estimated value. 3 teams over 1 million now as well. These are the 3 teams that have been getting in Europe. So that's nice to see. Player-wise, awards-wise, I should really say, Footballer of the Year went to Terry Jenkins yet again, picking up that award. Really good year for him. And the Young Player of the Year, we didn't pick this up. Ed Hartnell picked it up, going off to Dundee. He didn't play a lot of games, but he picked it up partly on his form at the latter end of the last season here, and a little bit with Dundee United. But Steve Bowen came in 2nd place, 18 years of age, played quite a few games this year. He was tutored by Aaron Ramsey, and that really helped get his stats up. Mentally, he's improved an absolute crap ton this season. So I think that was massively thanks to the tutoring. And also, it's good to see Bala have got a bloke in there. Oh, wait, no, he's my player. I didn't even realise. But Bala got a bloke in there, so that's good to see that we've loaned out someone. He's actually being noticed on a national stage. So that's decent to see. You'll never see this guy in the first team, Steve Cole. He's not good enough. But it's good to see that maybe our youngsters will go off and have good careers, and we can maybe play against them again in the future. So that is the league. That is how the league's done. That's how the club's grown, the league's grown. X-Pingy has grown. I just want to double check who is in Europe. It is Bala, they're in Europa League, and it should be Bangor as well. They are in the Europa League as well. So those are the teams in Europe. Hopefully they can get past their entry stages again. I think TNS did it last year. Actually, I didn't check that. I'll show you, because I never really show you this. Last year, Bala got knocked out to Zurich. Only a 1-0 defeat in the 2nd leg, so that wasn't too bad. We, of course, did very well. TNS, they beat Dynamo Minsk, who are a team from Belarus. That was good to see, and then they lost 2-0 and 3-0 to Lille, so they're a good team. So they've got some quality TNS in them against other European teams. And then Bangor, they lost 4-0 against Malmo, but then drew 0-0 at home. So again, they've got some ability in them. At this time, they did have Paul Ince in charge. They've now changed their manager to Martin Edwards, because Ince left for a job in England. I don't know where he went. Where did he go? He may have even gone to MK. Yeah, he went to MK Dons. So back there. But yeah, let's go now. Let's move on to some player stats. So top goal scorer, Sousa won it. Of course, you guys saw that in the live comm. Sousa nicked it off Wallace, who had the same amount, but due to the fact he played less games, ended up winning the award. Victor Sousa picked up highest player of the match awards, drawing with Callum Steele, but Callum Steele played 23 matches to achieve that. Victor Sousa only played 16, and I kind of spoiled something there by clicking on him, but you know what, we'll talk about it now. So Victor Sousa has left the club. I was going to wait for a little bit longer, but I clicked on his name, which was very, very silly. But Victor Sousa left the club on an £8 million deal to Brentford, and I didn't want to sell the guy. But he come up to me and he said, I want to leave, I want to move to a bigger club. I mean, he's playing for Portugal, he's got a great goal scoring record for Portugal. He's tore up the Champions League for the past 2 years. Well, yeah, but past year really. And just smashed this division to bits, and as a result he said, I want to move to a bigger club. I said, I can win you trophies, we can win the league consistently. He said, that's not enough. I said, fine, I'll let you leave. And I offered him to clubs for 15 million, and Brentford were the team that came in with 8. A few came in for like 2 million, a lot came in for 2 million. But I wanted a lot, and in the end this was the highest I could get, Brentford. So I accepted it. £8 million is a lot of money. Money that, can't be knocked. He's 27, he's in the prime of his career. I would have obviously loved to have kept him, but at the end of the day, if someone doesn't want to be here, doesn't want to be pulling in the right direction, I don't really want to keep him. Someone else come up and said they wanted to leave as well. It might have been Jose Miguel Fernandez. I think he may have said he wanted to leave. Someone said they wanted to leave. I don't remember who it was. But I said the same thing, we can win trophies here, we can win the league consistently, and in the end the guy was like, oh yeah, fine, when do you reckon we're going to win the league? I was like, next year? I mean, based upon history, when do you think we're going to win the league next? It's just, I've managed to keep hold of that guy, but it's a shame to see Sousa go. We'll talk about him a little bit more. Yeah, but actually that's all I can really say about him. It's a real shame that we've lost a real world-class quality player, and we're going to have to work very hard to try and find someone to replace him in the off-season. But we're going to the awards now, and we'll go through. So, 2 people winning it there, the right midfielders, Armstrong and Jenkins. Player of the year ended up going to Shaquille Hunter. Managed to beat Sousa there. That's because he played, actually he didn't even play that many games. He just had a very good average match record. So that ended up, I think, helping him to win it. Team of the season, we ended up having all but 2 players in, so 1 more player in comparison to last year. We had the whole back 4 of Fernandez, Ford, Jose and Drake. The midfield we had Jenkins, Ramsey and Wilson, and up front we had Wallace and Sousa. So really good to see how many people we dominated there. Look at that, 2 of our players in the top goal scorer list. Sousa just picking it up. And Young Player of the Year went to Callum Steele. Shame that one of our players didn't win it, preventing a 7-year consecutive streak of winning that award. But the team itself, let's look at this now. Actually, let's go to some transfers because we've got a little bit. I don't think there's too much news apart from that. So Sousa left, which was a huge shame, £8 million. Financially, we're not doing too great. I did plan to have training and youth facilities put in, but due to lack of finances and lack of funds, we only had our youth facilities planned to be upgraded. The training facilities was cancelled. But we now have 11 million in balance with that £8 million deal with Sousa. We have this much money to spend, 5.97 million of it. We have 14,000 in wages. We're currently looking to get rid of people like Dave. If we just do it like this, we're currently looking to get rid of these guys. These guys are all on their way out. The big names there are Torre, O'Connor, Armstrong, Hunter and Davis. They're all leaving at the end of the season. And to see what we can bring in. I'm currently as well looking to try and get rid of Viv Gunter. I'm trying to sell him. I don't think he's needed at the club anymore, but apart from that, everyone else is decent. I mean, for now, I don't know. See, I want to keep Hunter because we don't really have a left mid, but he wants so much wage, and I'm not willing to pay that wage for him to sit on the bench. Sort of same with Armstrong. I'd love to keep him, but I'm not really up to paying that wage. We have a young 16-year-old youth player coming through with potential the same as him, so I'm happy to keep him there for a league position. But if we get an injury to Terry Jenkins, we're going to have no one in the Champions League, which is going to be the big problem. And Dave O'Connor, he's on 20,000 a week. He wants 23 to sign on a new deal. I'm not paying that. I'm just not up to paying that. So I'm going to look to try and sign 2 really new strikers this season coming up. But that's a bit about the finances. It's a bit about what we've done. The team itself. I'm going to do this every year. I'm just going to flick through our people. So here we have Victor Costa. I'm just going to flick through for filter pause or just a quick glance. But main choice keeper, Ben Davies is on his way out. We're not going to look at him. Cohen Drake stayed here another year. I signed him down to a new contract this season, just being captain and being sort of a main part of this team throughout history. And as the league team now as well, he's still our 3rd choice centre back, just about, but he still is there. So I thought, I'm willing to pay 2k a week just to keep someone as important as him here. Scott Drake is still here. He'll be our starting left back next season unless we can find a new one. I am currently looking, but he'll do for now. Will Evans, he's here, but only for next season. I don't plan on signing him down to a new deal. Injuries have ruined his career a little bit for me. His stats have declined because of all these little knocks and niggles and things like that. So Will Evans is on his way out. Jose Miguel Fernandez, I don't know how long this guy will last. He's 29 now, and his stats will start to decline soon. So got to keep an eye on him. Got to make sure his stats don't drop. Otherwise, we will need to find a new right back. He's been here now for how many years? 4 years. Not even that long, but it seems like he's been here for an age. Carl Ford, 22 years of age, still chugging along. 8 caps for the under-21s of England. Not the worst. I know last year I said I wanted to replace him and bring someone in, and I still do. I still feel if I can find better, I will sell this guy in a heartbeat. But for now, I can't find anyone to replace him, so he's going to stay. Viv Gunter is, again, only here for the rest of this season. He's just not good enough now. I'm trying to sell him. He's currently transfer listed, but no one seems to want him. But he is on his way out. He's halfway out the door. Carl Harris is leaving. Shaquille Hunter may be leaving. I still can't really make my mind up. Terry Jenkins is on his is currently staying. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying on his way out. Terry Jenkins, very good player. Welsh Player of the Year now 2 years in a row. Scored his first goal for Wales this season. I think just before the end of this season update actually as well. So very good player, 26 years of age, in his prime. Hopefully he'll do very well. Jose has really settled in nicely and has done great this year. I think that 20 determination really helps him, but really good player. Di Lewis, I would like to bring someone a little bit better than this guy in. I've noticed that his stats really aren't the best in the world. His passing's alright, but apart from that, he's not got a great finishing. His first touch, meh. His dribbling, meh. Not composure, sorry. Creativity is alright. His tackling's meh. He's not really a standout player to me. And because of that, I sort of want to let him leave, but only if I can find someone better. I mean, he's fine for now, but I do want better. And I did sign him down to a new deal this season as well. But, like I say, if I can find better, he will be on his way out. Emery Lewis will be coming through next season as our first choice striker unless I can find someone better. And really, ideally, I want to be finding someone better. 18 years of age, struggled this season, as he did last year, of finding his goal-scoring form in the league. So that's something I really need to work on with this guy. If he doesn't score a lot of goals next season in the league, I'll probably look to get rid of him because clearly he's not got the potential to score goals. Lloyd done really well this year. In the games he played, I think he conceded 2 goals. He did. I haven't looked at the fixtures. I'll look at the fixtures as well. I'll show you the 3 teams that we conceded against. Gary Lowry coming in this year as the sort of second/third choice right mid. Neil McNaughton, who is Welsh but went on to play for England's under-19, so he's got the English badge there. He's not too bad. He's not the worst player in the world. He'll do now for backup. Dave O'Connor is on his way out, which is a shame. He's a good player, but for that wage, he's not really got the goal-scoring record of Sousa, and because of that, I don't really see why he has the right to demand so much. Joe Pearce, going to be backup striker. I don't know whether he'll be leaving next year or not. He's got really nice target man stats. I quite enjoy this player. Don't play him a lot, but he's alright when I play him. He's decent enough. Pedrosa will be coming in next season as our starting centre mid. Hopefully he'll do well. Hopefully his stats will develop as well. He's got about 2 years left of development. 1-2 years left. So hopefully Pedrosa will do that. And Ramsey will be staying here for the rest of this season and next season. And then he'll be leaving the club. Till 36 years of age, his physical stats are really declining. I'm just going to get him to tutor another player this year, and then he'll be on his way out. Lewis Richards coming in, one of our backup centre mids, about 6th choice or something. Smolker's leaving at the end of the year, so is Torre. Wallace, really good player this year. Still not got his composure up to a decent standard for me, but he's done alright this year. Looking forward to see how he does next year. Wilson has been an amazing signing, well worth the money, record signing, but he really did put in great performances this year in the Champions League and the league. So looking forward to see what he can do next year. Again, in his prime, he's 26, really should be going for it next year. Armstrong on his way out of the club. Billingham coming in as our third choice backup striker, so 4th, 5th choice in the line. Bowen next year battling with Lewis to be our 2nd choice centre mid. Really good youngster, decent stats. Picked up Welsh Young Player of the Year, of course, as well. 2nd place in that. And then we're back at Victor Costa. So that is the team. Let's go through our fixtures very quickly. We'll point out the teams that we conceded against in this league, and then I'll wrap this episode up. So who did we concede to? First team we conceded to domestically was Cambrian in the Cup. Then we conceded to TNS in a 3-1 victory. Then we conceded to Bala in the Premier League in January. And this was actually a penalty, I believe. It was a 10th minute penalty, so that's a really annoying way to concede because it's really against the keeper to save that. Then we conceded to Bala again, not too long later in the league yet again. And then we conceded to TNS in the Cup a little bit later on as well. So 4 goals domestically, sorry, not 4, 5 goals domestically all season long conceded, and 2 times it was against Bala, 2 times it was against TNS, and then 1 time it was against a team that aren't even league. So this is it for now, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'm going to flick through my players constantly now, just because I think it does show a good resemblance on how the team has done. A couple of people that didn't actually show up, or we cycled through because they're not actually in the starting team, I haven't moved them up yet, is Rob Lewis, young right back. Wyn Daffyd, who's been playing quite a few games last season, is doing alright. I believe I called the guy Emery Lewis. It's Amir. Where's the guy? Striker. It's Amir. I realised I called him Emery again. That's a bit stupid of me, but it's Amir. Who else didn't I show you? Martin Samuel, 16 years of age, just came through our youth system this year. Looking forward to see how he goes next year, see how he develops. Here's Shane Cook, but I'm really not going to play this guy. And yeah, so there are star ratings. Positions hopefully I'll improve upon. Hopefully when I come back at the Champions League group stage draw, I'll have new signings in the left back position, in the striking position, hopefully 2 really. I want 2 world-class strikers, but I'll settle for 1. And hopefully a centre mid. I do want a centre mid next year, and a centre back. So that's 5 positions, but 4 signings really. Like I said, 1 world class striker will do, I believe. Someone along the lines of like Sousa's level, but big investment is needed now just to get to that next step, because these final few steps are going to be the hardest to achieve. Getting the Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals consistently. Those are the hardest few, hardest steps, the biggest hurdles. They're right at the end as well, and it's where the most investment is needed. And we still can't really muster up enough money due to the poor attendances. So that's it for now, guys. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give it a like, and until next time, peace out.